This is the pattern we are going to be creating today. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can view it better. Okay. Now, if you've been following uh, my pattern making for a while, you will notice that I always start making my pattern by drawing a vertical and horizontal line. Okay, so let's draw a line. I just love working with lines so that there won't be any mistake. So the first thing is to determine the length and the width of this pattern. Okay, now this is size 41. This is size 41 shoe last. All right, so first thing I'm going to be doing is this. I'm going to be taking a measurement from here. Can you see that? From here to here. Um, this is 5 cm measurement. This is a female pattern. So what I usually take, I usually start my pattern making with 5 cm measurements for the females. Okay, now this is female pattern, 5 cm measurements. Once you measure that, you mark it on your shoe last, just a little line. Okay, so this is where this pattern is going to be starting. So depending on the fit, you can choose between 5 to 6 cm, actually 5 to 6 cm, or you take in between 5.5 cm. So for this, I'm taking 5 cm. Okay, now I'm going to determine the length or the height of this pattern. Okay, so this pattern will be ending somewhere here, somewhere here. It's not going to get to this point. It's not going to get to this very point. Okay, so just immediately after this curve, immediately after this curve. Okay, so let's see. Can you see what I'm doing? Um, so I'm going to be taking 9 cm length, 9 cm. Okay, from here to here. Do we understand that? Okay, which means that this is where this pattern is going to stop. Let me use my tape. Can you see that? At this is where the pattern is going to stop. Okay. Now moving forward, from here, I'm going to determine the width. Remember, this point, these 2 points is bigger than this place. Okay, so from here, I'm going to determine the width. So let's take our width. Um, I'm going to be using 6 cm width. 6 cm width. Okay, so now that I've determined how wide I want this pattern to be and how long I want it to be, okay, I'm going to mark that on my pattern paper. Okay, first of all, I start with 9 cm, which is the length. Okay, this is 9 cm. Okay, I'm going to mark that. So can you see that one? Once that is achieved, I'll go ahead and mark the width, which is 6 cm. Okay, 6 cm. Are we good? Okay, so we have measured. So this is the point we are going to be working with. Like I told you, I enjoy working with my lines. But for you not to get confused, let me just cut this off. Okay, so you don't get confused with what I'm doing. I'll still leave my lines there. Is this clear? Okay, now this is the first step. We have achieved this. Now the next step is, if you look at this pattern, you notice that um, this point is wider than here. Okay, so I'll have to reduce this point. I'll be reducing here the toe area. Okay, the instep area is wider than the toe area, so I'm going to be reducing the toe area. So I'll be reducing it by 1.5. So 1.5 cm, all right, on both sides. 1.5 cm on both sides. I believe this is clear up to this point. What am I marking? 1.5 cm. This is 1.5 cm. Okay. Oh, this is 1.5. This is 1.5 cm. So the next thing I'm going to do is to trace this down here. I'm going to place my ruler. I'll place my ruler. Make sure that these 2 points meet. Okay, this point and this point, they meet. Okay. Now I've gotten this, and I'm going to draw this too. Is this clear? Is this clear up to this point? Okay. Now the next thing is, if you take a look at this pattern, you will notice that there's a strap. It has two straps rather. It has two straps. One, two. Is that okay? One, two. It has two straps. So what I will be doing is to take the measurement where the first and the second strap will start. Okay. So for the first strap, from this point, remember this is our line, our main line. So for this strap, I'm going to be measuring 0.7 cm. It won't be up to, it's not going to be up to 1 cm. Okay. I'm going to be measuring 0.7. This is 0.7567. Yeah. And this is 0.7. Okay. And I'm going to trace that line. Is that okay? Make sure that the line is straight. I hope you're following up to this point. Now, I'm also going to mark where the second strap is going to um, start. Now, from the bottom or the down part of the pattern, I'm going to be marking, it's going to be a little wider. So I'm going to make it 1 cm, 1 cm. Just follow the steps, okay? You are going to understand what I am doing. Is that okay? So the first strap is going to start resting here, the same thing, and the second strap will start here, upwards. Do we understand that? Now, this pattern, this place has a curve, so we are going to get that curve. And you know how we usually do it. So this is a bottle cover. I'm going to use it to get the curve here. Okay. Can you see? Now, sorry. I'm going to use this to get the curve here. When getting your curve, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just make sure that the, look at it, my pen is pointing to this line, the first line, and my pen is also pointing to the other part of the line. So just make sure that it is that way. That's how to get a neat curve. So can you see what I just did? It's very beautiful. Yeah. Now, because this place is not, the top part is not as wide as this, I won't be using um let me show you the circumference of this. This has 3 cm circumference. Okay, this bottle cover has 3 cm, so I won't be using something as wide as this. I'll be using my super glue cover. You must have seen me use this a lot of time. So this one is about 1.3 cm circumference, this super glue cover. So you see the difference. This place is not as wide as this, so I'll be using a smaller round object. Okay, and take a look at what I'm going to be doing. Remember, this is our major line, so let the vertical line meet the horizontal line. That is just the target. Can you see what I just did? I've gotten this curve, then I'll also come over here and I'll do the same thing. Okay. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay. Now, the last thing the last thing we are going to do for this particular pattern will be to determine the length of our strap. What length or height do we want our strap to be? You know what a strap is. Okay, do we want it to have the same length with this ruler? Do we want it to be, bigger, has a bigger length? So you are going to, determine that. So for me, I'm going to be using let's use 3 cm. Okay, remember this is where the first strap will start. Remember this line, so this is 3 cm. Okay, let me check it again. This is 3 cm and this is 3 cm. Do you understand? So I'm going to be marking it. This is just for the strap. Let me just give it a dotted line. Let me give it dotted lines for now. After, I'll still have to join it. Okay, I don't want you to get confused. Now I'm also going to measure 3 cm from here. Remember, this is the line. Please follow me closely. Okay, this is 3 cm. This is another 3 cm. Okay, so I'm also going to use dotted lines so you don't get confused. Okay, now this is going to be the space between the two straps. Is that okay? This is going to be the space between the two straps. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out this pattern. Now, looking at this, if you have followed up to this point, can you tell me how we are going to cut this pattern? It's very simple. Okay, we are going to cut this pattern this way, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and that's it. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut. Can you see what I'm doing? Careful with the curve. Okay, so can you see that now? Good. Now that I'm done cutting this out, I want to mark these lines for the strap so that, oh, sorry. So can you see that now? Good. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is where we'll start fixing the strap. Okay, so from this point, I'm going to mark 1 cm. This is 1 cm. Okay, this is actually why I love working with my lines. I don't want anything to mess it up. Okay, mark another 1 cm here and another 1 cm. Okay, now watch what I'm going to do. Make sure the two lines meet. Okay, so I'm going to draw this line, 1 and 2. Is that clear? And I'll come here again and draw. Allow these two lines to meet. Okay, please pay attention. I'm going to draw 1 and 2. Okay, what this means is we are going to be cutting this place open. We'll cut this place open, we cut this place open, cut this point open. So this is where we'll be inserting the straps. Is that okay? This is where we'll be inserting the strap. So we are done with this. So the next stage will be to, okay, let me cut the strap open. I'm done with what I want to do with this very pattern. So you see, let me place it here on the shoe last. Let's see how it looks. So this is how it looks on the shoe last. Exactly. This is how it looks on the shoe last. Now I'm going to be creating the straps. And now if you notice, you might have discovered that the strap is not a straight strap. They are not straight, like straight line. No, it was straight from this point to this point. Then from here, it was sort of extended. Okay, it was extended upwards, and this one was extended downwards. So first of all, I'm sure I must have talked about it. For you to get your width, okay, we say that the length of our strap, I mentioned it, the length of our strap is what? Is 3 cm. That's what we measured here, 3 cm length for the strap. Okay, now our width, we are going to be taking our width measurements. So I'm going to be taking a width of 26 cm, 26 cm width, okay, 3 cm length for the strap. Okay, let's go. This is 26 and this is 26. Are we okay? Okay. Now let me mark my line. I decided I will be needing this space later. I'll be needing this space later. So let me measure. We have measured 26. So we are going to measure 3 cm from this point. 3 cm length. This is 3 cm. This is 3 cm. And this is 3 cm. Are we good? Yeah, we are good. So I've gotten this 3 cm by 26. I'm going to be taking the midpoint of this pattern. We have 26 cm width, right? So half of 26 will be what? 13, right? Half of 26 will be 13. Follow me closely. Follow me closely. Okay. Okay. So I want to cut this off. So I'll just fold this into two. This is the half. This is the half, right? This is the midpoint or the center point. Pay attention to what I'm going to be doing. Now from this midpoint, okay, I am going to take a measurement between here, from here to here. This is the wider part. This place is wider than this, and this place is obviously wider than these two places. Okay, now the pattern is going to rest comfortably here at this point, but after this point, okay, we are going to elongate it. So let's take the measurements, or we are going to extend it rather. Let's take the measurements from here to here is okay, it's not even up to 3.5, it's 3.4. It's 3.4. 3.4 divided by 2 is 1.7. So let's mark 1.7 from this midpoint. Okay. This is 1.567. 567. So this is 1.7. I'm going to mark. There's actually no need, but let me draw that line. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to extend this. From here now, I'm going to be extending this pattern. So upwards, I'm going to be using, for the top, I'm going to be using 1 cm. I will be extending it to 1 cm for the top. And the bottom, I'll be extending it by 1.5 for the bottom. Or rather, downwards. Downwards, I'm going to be extending it by 1.5. So look at what I'm going to be doing. Okay. I'm going to be meeting these two lines. Can you see it? This is 1.5. Okay. Are we good? Are we good? So here is it. Okay, very, very simple as anything you can think of. So let me cut. Okay, let me cut. Okay, look at what I'm doing. Okay, just make sure that your pattern is a straight one. Can you see what I did? Good. So next thing I'm going to be doing is to be cutting this area. I don't want this to shift. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting this off. I won't be needing it anymore. Okay, so our pattern is ready. So you see, I marked this as top and I marked this as down so that there won't be any form of mistake. Top, down. Please ignore this. But just, you see, so far your pattern, cross check your pattern again to make sure that they are equal, okay? And you did not miss any cuts. So you see, our pattern is equal, okay? Our pattern is equal. So this is how our pattern is going to look like. Let me mark this. This is top, this is down, this is top, and this is down. So this is how our pattern is going to look like. This is how this pattern is going to look like. Okay, this is how it's going to look like. Let me show you that. Okay. Um, it's going to look this way. It's going to look this way. Okay.